All right, the Lions are 8-3. Thanksgiving loss was not good. Chicago, the game before that, was not good. Got the victory though, so okay, cool. But the Lions are 8-3. Let's keep that in perspective. But Jared Goff has not looked good. Now, don't forget that behind Jared Goff is Teddy Bridgewater. So if things get really bad and keep trending worse and worse with Goff, he's not able to take care of the ball. He's fumbling like he has been. Don't forget that we have Teddy Bridgewater, and I'm going to get into Hendon Hooker as well. Don't forget about him. But why do I bring this up? I think Goff is going to be fine. He's our quarterback. We got to win or lose with Goff. But since Goff's been here, we have not had a capable backup by any means. I mean, not even close. So I'm not calling for Teddy Bridgewater necessarily, but I am saying, hey, don't forget we've got Teddy Bridgewater as a backup who is a 10-year veteran who's played in a ton of games. And really, other than one season here at Minnesota where he only played one game, he's played in a lot of games. Like, it's not just that he's been in the league for 10 years. He's actually playing, starting, coming in, was the starting quarterback at Carolina, Denver, right? Was Minnesota starting quarterback there for a few years. So he doesn't have a lot of wear and tear on him either here these last couple of years. So that's good and bad, right? Because he hasn't really played. But don't forget that they have Teddy Bridgewater ready if things start getting worse and worse. Because before it was we live or die with Jared Goff. But here's the problem. Jared Goff, this here on M Live just nails it. He struggles with ball security behind shaky O-line play. So there's nothing worse, and this picture right here just nails it. When things break down, it's like, uh-oh. It is, if he gets sacked, it's like, cool. He was just sacked. Awesome. It just feels like these dudes are, it doesn't feel like it is. They are superior athletes that are going to take the ball from him. He is not, that's not him at all. And so it's not him to be athletic at all. And I think we're always surprised at how exactly unathletic he is. And it's like, geez, man, come on. So Teddy Bridgewater brings an element of mobility, and he's someone that we could go to. Again, I'm not panicking, and Goff's still the guy, and we're going to be fine. I really believe that. But don't forget that we have him. And we'll get to Hendon Hooker as well here in just a second, because here's why we're all just a little nervous is because Goff has had two ugly outings in a row where it just feels like pockets collapsing. He's like, I don't want to take a sack, and I have zero chance of extending the play in any sort of way. So I'm just going to throw it. And it's just like interception against the Bears, especially. It's just like interception. And he's been so good about getting the ball out of his hands, not making stupid plays if something's not there. But lately, the pocket has been collapsing. The escapability is zero. I mean, it is not even remotely close. So a part of me wanted to give the quarterback a solid by giving him a D- based on an ugly day in the trenches, but there's no way around those 3 turnovers, especially when reliving the lost fumble on a frantic scramble up the middle. You just cannot turn the ball over. As analytics continue to come out, continue to kind of hone in the algorithm of the analytics, turnovers are everything. So if you, and there's some, you just can't avoid, right? It's a good play by the defense or a tip ball. There's certain things that, hey, good play, turnover. Then so the ones that you can prevent, like Goff's just running with the ball, and it just gets like, and that's the thing, it wasn't a jarring hit. I mean, he literally just gets like tackled. The ball just gets like tipped barely out of his hand and it flies out of his hand. That's huge. That's such a huge play. So they grade him as an F. I get it. It's been a tough stretch. 6 turnovers, last 2 games, veteran quarterback. And Goff was trying to do a little too much on Thanksgiving while trying to land that big blow that never came. That's just it. It felt like, all right, we're trying to get back in this game. And it's not us. That's not our offense. We are methodical, run the ball, play action. And Goff's been good. Goff's been good, hitting those guys over the top, Laporta, but we have too many weapons to just let him struggle, go down here. And I'm not, again, I got to make this video clear. I'm not calling for him to be benched, but it has been bad for 2 games in a row against teams that, and I am never, when you come to NFL, you're never just going to bash a team, be like 2 winnable games. No, I mean, but 2 games where you just, if you don't turn the ball over, you win. I mean, against those opponents, if you don't turn the ball over, you should win. But the Packers are out 20-6, and it's like, well, what are we doing here? So wide receivers, and they go through and grade these, and I thought this was pretty interesting. Tight ends, offensive line. Goff was sacked 3 times. Felt like he was sacked 50 because he had the strip fumble. Like, that's not on Goff, right? He goes to throw it and he gets knocked out of his hand. That's on the offensive line. That's a turnover that Goff didn't do there, but still, the other one was just so bad. Hit another 12 times. There it is. So 15 times he's hit, pressured another 5, 6. So like 20 times is just like, forget it. And then we're missing Jonah Jackson. Colby Swordsall was in, but then gets benched for Owasika, however you say his name. He played terrible, by the way. So that tells me Swordsall was playing horrible. Kenny Clark, Gary, it's just like, what is happening? So our guard play, terrible. So again, don't forget, we've got players that could come in. Here's Hendon Hooker, by the way. Oh, this is why, I mean, seriously, you draft Hendon Hooker, because it's like Goff, we're not giving up on Goff, and Goff, it's had 2 bad games. We're 8-3, so it's like, it's fine. But man, in football, when you see just a little bit of mobility to move around and extend plays, because you put so much pressure on your offensive line. Your offensive line has to be great because you can't move at all. Jeez. So Hendon Hooker. Now remember, Hooker has 9 players on the injury list over the next few weeks, but many of the players will be activated from their injury designation. So back early October, Hendon Hooker was eligible to return. Now he's not healthy enough, and he had this injury about a year ago now. So, or it's a little over a year. So that's a lot to ask Hendon Hooker, hey man, come on in, right? Like, we're not going to do that, but he is eligible to return at any point. But that's not, he's not coming in, basically, to be like, all right, yeah, we're just going to put you ahead of Teddy and Jared Goff. But just remember, Lions fans, don't panic. Jared Goff's fine. If he's not, or something's up, we've got Teddy Bridgewater. We also have, for the future, Hendon Hooker. So we're fine. Goff's going to be fine. I really believe that. It is frustrating, 100% frustrating, to have a quarterback with 0 mobility and escapability and extend the play, off schedule, all those words of just make a play. Instead, it's like, if something breaks down, it's just like, uh-oh, what's going to happen? And then he goes to run, and it looks like there's room. It's like, go. And it's like, he's just not fast enough to do any of it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on this one, and we'll see all of you